have an investigation, and we'll let you know what the result of that investigation is, and that's that. I don't think you punish anybody for what's happened. Nothing was compromised. The attacks went off without any problems. And so, again, I think the net effect is nothing. Yeah, let the Democrats run with it. Let them, chase their tails for a few months if they want to. Don't give them anything. Don't let them have hearings or anything like that. They can propose articles of impeachment, whatever they're going to do. Just let them run around in circles for a while. That's fine. In terms of where things are going otherwise, well, we still have a lot of obstruction happening in the judiciary. I think that the Congress should they should just end the DC district. Just end it completely, defund it, and get rid of it. Those judges have mostly demonstrated that they hate the American people. They certainly hate Republicans. You want to call it payback for persecuting J6 defendants? I think that's fair, right? I mean, look what they did, and just end it completely. End it. All those people that are causing so many problems, and then I think you have to do what some members of Congress have already proposed. You have to prevent individual district court judges from issuing nationwide injunctions. That's just absurd. It's absurd that some district level judge can obstruct the entire federal process that way. The president is, the executive is a co-equal branch of government. The president is the head of that co-equal branch. So it's the notion that some district judge can obstruct a co-equal branch of government 100% on their own is just, it's nonsense. So that needs to be ended. I hope Congress has the gumption to pass some laws, do these things. Seems like Republicans have to find their courage. I don't know what you say. They have to, figure out how to get some things done here. They have the Democrats on the ropes, totally demoralized. They could, essentially pass anything they want right now. They just have to get it done. Do you see them doing anything? I don't see them doing anything, honestly. I see a few people talking about it, but I want to see some action. I know a lot of people want to see action. So, I look forward to seeing what they're going to do. They have essentially the summer, through the summer, to get it done. By the end of September, ladies and gentlemen, you have to have something done for the president, something that pushes forward the president's agenda. Cutting government. Doge is wildly popular. Everybody wants it. 80% support, 90% support maybe. Get it through your heads. This is what people want. People want you to cut back on wasteful spending, fraud, and abuse. Speaking of fraud and abuse, given the amount of money that's been stolen from us, let's be clear, stolen, trillions of dollars, maybe tens of trillions of dollars. Why are we paying taxes again? Why do I pay taxes? Seriously, why do I pay taxes? Just to have some jerk in DC steal it, give it to their friends to do whatever so they can buy another vacation home? No, man, I'm not paying taxes. If you guys are going to behave this way, if you're not going to be responsible, I'm out. Forget it. I'm not contributing to your bullshit anymore. No. Okay? Be responsible or the money gets cut off. I'm not participating. I opt out. So, figure out how to get the president's agenda enacted, because I am not going to put up with it anymore. Millions of other Americans are not going to put up with it anymore. You think just because that's the law that makes it right? Oh, you got to pay taxes. No, I'm not paying taxes. No. Not if you're stealing, not if the government is run by thieves. No. You don't get to do that to us. No. So, get your house in order before the American people get it in order for you. You have a limited window. Okay, I'm going to explain it. You got to end all the visa programs. H-1Bs, F-1s, Opt, E-4Bs, whatever these things are. All these visa programs. No, you got to stop. End it. Send all those people back. Mass deportations of illegal people and mass deportations of legal temporary workers. Mass deportations. You want to keep bringing in people in a recession? Is that what you want to do? You think that there really is a skills shortage? There's no skills shortage. There are plenty of people that know a lot about technology, that are very skilled, that have lots of experience. Companies just don't want to pay for them. They want cheaper employees who are easier to manage because they have fewer options and they're scared of being deported. Does that mean I dislike foreign workers? No, man. You know what? Go back to your country and have these companies hire you there. I'm fine with that. Build a campus in Hyderabad, build a campus in Shanghai. It doesn't matter where. Pick a country, support hiring people there. If your company is, wanting to take advantage of, cheaper labor, then go ahead and hire them there. Okay? That's fine with me. Just be aware that, if you offshore an entire company, you may be subject to tariffs and that may hurt your business. So, and look at that. What is the issue there? Well, what is to prevent these companies from offshoring the entire tech industry? I'd like to know who in the administration can answer that question for me. There's nothing that I can see that would prevent them from just building a giant campus somewhere in Asia, or a number of campuses, and just outsourcing, offshoring the entire tech industry. You put $1 trillion, $2 trillion hole in the U.S. economy overnight. Just remember I said this. If it happens, it happens, and who's going to be to blame for it? Yeah, think about it, folks. It could happen very quickly. These companies do not have a lot of plant and equipment, right? They don't have a lot of infrastructure. Basically have a building with an internet connection and a bunch of computers. Everything else is remote. That's all you need is a campus for the people to go to. And really in a developed country with infrastructure and high-speed internet everywhere, you don't even need that. You can have a remote workforce, although the tech oligarchs would, I think, argue that the experiments with remote work have been, let's say, uneven in terms of their success. Yeah. So, but back to the visa issue. Look, you got to get rid of the visas. You got to get rid of the foreign workers. You got to get rid of all the foreign students. You have to put Americans first again. And why is that? Because we're destroying the middle class. And if you destroy the middle class, it's happening right now. If you destroy the middle class, that leads to civil war and revolution every single time. That's where it goes. Don't fool yourself otherwise that if you have this seething native underclass population, that anything good comes out of that. And by the way, we have 500 million guns in this country. So just a thought. Maybe you want to support Americans having jobs and being able to have families, right? Have a middle class. The middle class is what we need. The AI guys, the tech oligarchs, they keep saying, oh, AI is going to end all work. And they're, Laura Logan reported on this recently, or maybe it was Naomi Wolf, saying that she had seen these people in India saying that, they think that the AI revolution is literally around the corner, weeks or months away, and they have all the cards and they've already won, and basically they're going to dictate the terms of everyone else's surrender. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, you're extremely naive if you think that. All right? Extremely naive. Again, we have 500 million guns in this country, and you guys are soft. Okay? You ever shot anybody? Because there's like 10 million people in this country with military experience, combat experience in every form of warfare known to man. All right? And I guarantee you, if you put them in a position where they have to choose to be civil or take care of their families, they're going to choose to take care of their families. You guys are soft, and they are not soft, okay? Me, I'm not a war fighter. I'm not a soldier. I want to have peace. And, if you talk to veterans, they don't want war. They certainly don't want war on their own, in their own country, on their own turf. But again, don't make them desperate. You don't want to make people who know how to conduct warfare desperate. You really don't want to do that. All right? Elon wants to go to Mars. That's great. Hey, make life multiplanetary. Support civilization not ending. That's great. But everybody needs to keep in mind that Mars is the god of war. I say that for a reason. Okay? Take away the water, and you're left with what? You're left with war. That's a metaphor, by the way. Understand what that means. We don't want war on our own turf. We don't want war in the U.S. Anybody sane should want to avoid that outcome, right? If you're sane, you should want to avoid that outcome, because nothing good is going to come from it. Again, these guys in the tech industry, I think, some of them at least, believe they're going to somehow rule over the ash heap after the collapse, that, there's going to be no work left. No, we're just going to give everyone UBI and let them play games. That was Ray Kurzweil's thing, right? 20 years ago or whatever it was, 25 years ago. Oh, should we kill everyone off, or should we, let them play video games? Oh, we're just going to let them play video games. No. That's not the question you should be asking. The question you should be asking is, how do we avoid having all those other people kill us? Because you guys are soft, okay? You're soft. I'm soft compared to somebody that is willing to sneak up on an enemy and blow them to bits, compared to the guys in special forces, okay? Compared to the Marines. Dude, I'm soft. I know it. It's okay. You guys are soft too. Don't get it wrong. Don't think that you have any kind of an advantage in a collapse situation. You have only risk, okay? If I was in your guys' situation, thinking about all the opportunity to make money and be wealthy and have assets and so forth, I'd be thinking, what the hell can I do to keep the country together, to keep everybody well enough off that they don't come after me, because that's what's going to happen. They're going to come after you. They're going to come after anybody who is not as desperate as they are. And that's just the fact. So think about it, think about how you can be the village chief, right? It takes a village, doesn't it? Remember that? It takes a village. Well, if you want to be the village chief, what do you have to do? You have to take care of the village. That's your role. That's what you got to do. And make sure that people are okay, because if people are not okay, you're not the village chief anymore. You get hunted down and thrown in the volcano, right? Okay, think about that one. So, my message for today is we're all in this together. There's only one planet right now anyway. And if you want to be okay, then you should want everybody else to be okay, at least to the extent that we can make it possible. Okay? You don't want to live in a low-trust society. You want to live in a low-trust society, a society like India, a society like Mexico, where there's just a mad scramble to get to the top, and it doesn't matter who you have to step over to get there. I don't think you want to live in that society. I certainly don't. I think there are too many risks, and we have it too good to want to sacrifice what we have for what? There's no benefit. There's no gain. There's only downside, right? You think you're going to have control, you're not going to have control. You're going to have risk. Just nothing but risk. Risk to your life, risk to your family's lives, risk to my life, my family's lives. Anybody and everybody becomes, we all get put at risk, right? Life becomes cheaper, and then we have no reason to look out for each other, right? You look at Japan. I mean, Japan's an amazing society, right? Even as they're suffering economically and young people are really having a tough time. And you see these interviews with older people in Japan, and they say they feel sorry for the younger people who are struggling financially. But even as all of that is happening, you see in daily life, the Japanese care about each other. They care about their society and how they conduct themselves. That's a high trust society, which we need to bring back in this country to the extent that we've lost it. And we have lost it to some extent. We don't have a low trust society, but we don't have a high trust society like Japan does, not anymore. I think we used to. And it would be good if we could bring some of that back, right? Personal responsibility. Yeah, I think I'd like that. I think you'd like that too. So where do we go from here? I think we rebuild the middle class. The president's idea of bringing back manufacturing is great. We need to just end all the visa programs. We don't need people right now. Maybe in a few years, but right now we don't need people. Every wave of mass immigration in this country has been followed by a period of little to no immigration. The last big wave was in the teens in the 20s, and it ended with the Immigration Act in 2025, I think. And we had a period of almost no immigration. So do we need more people right now? Obviously, the answer is no. We need to employ the people we have, and we need to rebuild the middle class. And the way you get there is through tariffs, through investment in the country, through deregulation, all the things the president is doing, all the things that Doge is doing. We need to cut the government budget. Please, Congress, get your house in order. The Republicans in Congress really need to step up and do their part. So far, they have been weak. I would say weak. The word is weak. Feckless. Cowards. Maybe that's a little harsh. I don't know. I don't think that's harsh. Takes time to build consensus. I understand that. But look, we don't have a lot of time left, ladies and gentlemen. Got to get your house in order. So please do it. Please give the president a budget that's not a travesty, so that come October we have a path forward to fiscal responsibility. Because people are fed up. I'm fed up. I know a whole lot of people that are fed up. Fed up. Absolutely fed up with what's going on in the country. Just too many people in leadership. I don't know. Complacent? Are you complacent? Are you people complacent? What is the deal? Why do we not have motion? Inertia? Is inertia a problem? You think you can't get anything done because the Democrats won't let you? Look, you have the majority in both houses of Congress. Oh no, the Democrats will obstruct and, shut down the government. Let them shut down the government. That's exactly what we want. Okay? Real budget reform or just shut it down. Shut it down. I don't care. I think most people I know don't care. Shut it down. Let them do it. Let them see what happens when they don't agree to play ball with what 80% of the country wants. And it's clearly 80% of the country that wants reform. Okay, massive reform. Cutting the budget through reducing waste, reducing fraud, reducing abuse. And the Democrats will come back and say, but, USAID, look, they spend that on their pet projects. They've obviously spent it on propaganda, on electing their own people. I mean, this money that went to Stacey Abrams to elect Democrats because climate change. Come on now. They may not call that waste, fraud, and abuse, but it's clearly abuse. I think most people would consider that abuse of the process, right? I do. There's no reason to spend money on that. Not the government's money. That's my money. My tax money. I don't want that spent that way. In fact, I think you should get rid of 80% of the government budget, 95% of the government budget. Just start over, man. Start over. Cut everything. If it's not in the Constitution, it's on the table. You see what I'm saying? Start over from first principles and spend money on what we really absolutely must spend money on. Medicare is too big. Medicaid is too big. Can we cut those programs without reducing care? I think so. I mean, healthcare is an absolute fiasco. It's a cartel between the insurance companies and the healthcare providers. This is clearly a cartel. I mean, they decide on their own who's going to pay what for what. I mean, what the hell? And you hear all of these examples of companies, the insurance company paying $1,000 for a drug that costs $12 if you don't have insurance. I mean, what? Excuse me? Who in the insurance company agreed to that? Are they insane? Are they dumb? I want to know the answer.